to her characters in this powerful book, and we're so happy to have Alice Wilson Freed. Thank you so much for being here, Alice.
Thank you for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. You grew up in the Magnolia Housing Development.
Grew up in the Magnolia Housing Development, went to school here, worked at the Delta Queen Steamboat Company, which is one of the settings for the novel. Moved to California to work and got married, and really have always wanted to write. Have been a reader for a long, long time.
And that's a note for kids who want to write.
Oh,
first, be a reader.
It's absolutely critical. I remember once when we were supposed to go on a field trip, and my mom couldn't afford the dollar to send me on the field trip, so she gave, we were relegated to the library. And the librarian gave me Pygmalion to read that day. Starting off with Pygmalion, I'll never forget that. So I started reading Pygmalion, and then I started reading Greek mythology, and then all of a sudden I realized that the world was bigger than the Magnolia Housing Project. And that only happened because of books. I started to read everything in sight. And I wanted to write about New Orleans based on the fact that I'm a native, from the inside out, as opposed to what visitors usually do.
Tell us the premise of Outside Child and the name Outside Child.
Outside Child it's from slavery. You know, when the slave owners would have a kid with a married man, would have a kid with an unmarried person. That's sort of the Jamaican, Caribbean background too, as far as Outside Child is concerned. And even though the Outside Child reference is referenced directly to that, it also means Ladonis Washington, the main character, is straddling that line. She grew up in the Magnolia Housing Project. She has an MBA. She's trying to become a business person, you know, a real business person. So she's sort of like on the outside of both worlds at this point. In addition to that, some of the characters have that. But then when Katrina came, it felt like New Orleans was the outside child. I mean, people were just amazing. Most of the people that I know in California now where I live was, this is really New Orleans. And one of my biggest one of the things that I really, really feel proud of is I read on the Amazon a review by a person that I did not know who said that he really got to understand New Orleans.
It's like New Orleans has become a character.
It becomes a character in the book, and it's really important because the dynamics of this city actually, it plays such a big role in the choices that people make. I mean, it really, really does, and I wanted to show that through the characters, and I was hoping, and this man actually proved that I sort of accomplished that, was to get people to see New Orleans from the way people who actually live here and grow up, particularly black people.
And I tell you, this is an interesting book for people to read. Outside Child, a novel of murder in New Orleans. It's a mystery, and it will grab your attention from the very beginning. Alice Wilson Freed is scheduled to speak on panel with Mona Lisa Saloy at Dillard University Wednesday at 7 p.m. and at Tulane University Thursday at noon. Both events are free and open to the public, and you can get more information on Outside Child, a novel of murder and New Orleans at www.KOMENARpublishing.com. And also, Alice is going to be at the New Orleans Public Library on Loyola at noon tomorrow.
Yes.
And that she'll have a reading there.
Right.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy your stay.
I will. Thank you.
All righty.